like Teddy Gray on stuff. Whooshy gives a proper reaction.
And now for something completely different.
What is good, Tool fans? Teddy Gray back on stuff. Today we have Schism. Schismatic. It's one of my favourite words in the English language. Sorry, don't know why I went off on a tangent. We're literally 10 seconds in. Let's get straight into this. It's been a while since we reacted to anything Tool. I think the last thing that we reacted to was the Danny Carey drum cam. Absolutely insane. I'm so looking forward to hearing what he does on this record. But yeah, let's get straight into this. If you want to help out the channel, or you want to see some blocked reactions, some reactions to some full albums, and some live reactions to some live music, then head over to the Patreon. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go. Schism. Ooh. They come in at such weird times. Like that little drum in the background, that's kind of like the drum that we heard in Pop that was like, it sounded like it was going all around us. I say us, was just me that experienced that. However, you were there for the journey. You all saw it. It was all around us. The invention of headphones, it's so great. I'm there. The lingering bass, man. I was literally just thinking, that's a bit of a juxtaposition. Mildewed and smouldering. Mildewed is when like there's water droplets on it, right? That's what mildew is, right? Am I going out of my mind? I don't know. I mean, I'm not the smartest. I'm not the smartest cup in the cup selling place. But there's a juxtaposition that I know the piece schism, right? Schism is when you're. What does a schism mean? A schism is when it's like you're separating two things, right? It's usually used like, I swear it's used between countries or religions or something when you're purposefully trying to separate things. Oh God! I really should have Googled that. So the first few lines have been like that. Oh! Oh! Oh, thank God for that. Is that a theremin? Whoa! Oh, Danny. Oh. Okay. That might be my favourite one so far. That little, I don't know what you call it. I'm actually shaking. That little breakdown in the middle of that, and then you got that like, I don't know. It was like tearing the fabric of time or something. Okay. I'm gonna go back and listen to the whole thing again. If you want to stay for that, please do. Because I kind of want to go through the lyrics as well. I didn't want to pause too much because I don't know. It genuinely does feel like a journey that you go through. Because there's so many breaks in it, and there's the verses are quite split apart, but it feels like they're telling the same story but from different points of time, like past, present, future maybe. I don't know. The tumbling down, the falling down, the crumbling down. Like, why were all three of those used and not the same every time, you know? Maybe he's talking about different division, because obviously it's called schism. There's a tear in something, and it's because of a lack of communication. Both parties know that, but it's difficult because of that schism, that chasm that's between you. There's been a divide caused. I'm going back through the whole thing again, man. Let's go. That was brilliant. I feel like I'm walking up to a mountain, just staring at it knowing I've got to climb. So there, the light, the light that brought them together, that made them so close, is now something that's tearing them apart. So maybe it's something that they both shared. Maybe they both shared a passion for something. Maybe they were both alcoholics, perhaps, because I know, you know, some of their stuff that we've gone through so far has been touching on that subject of addiction, you know. Or at least I thought it did anyway. I don't, you know, everybody's got their own interpretation. But for me, it could be a running theme that I'm seeing throughout this. Possibly because I'm an addict. Who knows? But weed is my drug of choice, you know. Maybe him or whoever he's talking about, these two people, they shared a love of something that is now tearing them apart, because that could be something. If you both met in a bar and you both enjoyed drinking, you go out every weekend, but now you live together and you're drinking every day, and it's becoming quite toxic, because the person that you are when you're drunk is now the person that you are all the time, and that's not somebody that either one of you signed up to deal with all the time, you know. Whoa. Of course, that's probably not the only thing that it can relate to, but it's good to think about. Tumble now. And now it's no fault and none to blame, whereas before it was pure intention. So maybe this is at different points of like dealing with it, you know. Maybe that was in the first verse, was in the beginning of trying to deal with this schism, this thing between us, and now it's sort of in the middle process of dealing with it. Like, it's nobody's fault, there's nobody to blame, you know. We both did this to ourselves, so maybe perhaps we can blame ourselves, you know. Even though I want to point the finger, because I'm sure after this he says, even though I have feelings like I want to point the finger, like I need somebody to blame. Damn. It's all coming together, but it's beautiful writing.
It doesn't mean I don't desire to point the finger, blame the other, watch the temple topple over, to bring the pieces back together, rediscover
that was all of that was a juxtaposition, you know, beauty in the dissonance, in the nothingness, finding beauty in something that is meant to be horrible, you know. Maybe maybe this is a look on religion, you know. Maybe this is a look on religion. I don't know. I'm starting to see this differently now. Perhaps this is a look on religion, you know, because it was pure intention, you know, and then none to blame, even though I desire to point the finger and blame the other. Like, because I was thinking, like, people like to kind of, they like to put their faith in God, but then when something goes wrong, they blame God, you know. They want to point the finger, like, this is your fault. You made me. You made everything around me. I don't know. Maybe it could be a take on religion, because the crumbling, and I don't know why I've got the image of a mountain, like you're trying to climb to a height. Throughout this whole thing, you're trying to climb. You're trying to ascend, but it's increasingly more difficult because of this schism.
There was a time that the pieces fit, but I watched them fall away. Built to the smoldering, strangled by our coveting. I've done the math enough to know the dangers of a second guessing. Doomed to crumble unless we grow and strengthen our communication.
Oh my God, I need all of that back. Like that whole thing. That whole thing. Both times that I've listened to that now, that has given me shivers. Like actual shivers. If I got naked now, goose pimples all over the bod. Don't give a shit. I don't mind admitting that with you people. Shivers. I don't know why it's so good to me. It's just the journey that this has taken me on, and then that. It's like I'm halfway up the mountain, you know. I'm halfway up the mountain, and whilst going up it, it's like I'm contemplating all of the bad things that have happened, whether in life or, you know, in like a relationship or something. I'm just contemplating all of them, and then I'm hearing that, and it's like it's just cutting through it. It's tearing holes in the fabric of reality and time, and I'm able to do away with all of that evil stuff by continuing this climb up the mountain. And the further up I get, the more intense that's getting. That's literally what I'm seeing. It's crazy, because if I was taking mushrooms or DMT right now and I was trying to explain that to you and I could see it in my head, I'd be crying. Music for me at the best of times, is very often an almost religious-like experience, because I'm able to transport myself somewhere completely different that's not on this plane. It's not in this realm. I can be somewhere different. And this is like a hyper realistic version of that I get with other music. I haven't had this with another band. It's just Tool, and it's the instrumentation. The lyrics, of course, are beautiful, and you can sort of wax lyrical about what they mean and the direction that the guy's trying to go into, but the instrumentation in this is what makes it, you know. All too often it's so much precedence is put on the lyricist and the lyrics, and that's fine. I love that. But that's because that's always what I've gravitated towards. I've never really... There's certain instrumental pieces that I like, but they're mainly 808 heavy hi-hats, maybe some artificial bass, but this is real bass, real musicians, real music. It's different. I'm not saying it's better, infinitely better. I'm not saying that, you know, the music that I've always listened to is worse. I'm just saying it's a different feeling. I've had so many conversations with people in the comments like, oh, he's finally listening to real music instead of that rap. It's like, come on, man, you're being just as close-minded as I was before I listened to this. Like, the feeling that I get from this, you could potentially get from rap, because it's so different to what you guys are used to. Oh, I hope that you guys got this feeling when you listened to it for the first time, and I wish that I could give you guys the similar feeling that I get from this. I wish that I could give that back to you with other music. Other than maybe like Funkadelics, or there's some instrumental pieces by James Blake that make me feel some type of way. But that's because he's very sort of choir orientated, very church heavy. I don't know, man. I'm rambling. This talk has gone on for too long. This one might have to go on the Patreon, to be honest. It's been that long. It's almost 25 minutes at this point, and we're still only halfway through this song, so I need all of that again, though. Whoa! That was brilliant. That was brilliant. I want to walk to that song. I'm going to be putting that song on in the gym. Whoa! Aye, 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 aye. That for me is a song of. That for me is a song of motivation. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's the mountain. It's the mountain that I saw. Why am I getting emotional talking about a mountain that you can't see? And it's not there. It's not there. I haven't climbed anything. Feel like I have. I'm tired as though I have. I haven't climbed anything. Yeah, I don't know. It feels motivational, and the fact that at the end, what was said was between supposed lovers. I don't think that there was any question throughout the entirety of that of love. I don't think there was any question of that. I know that, you know, the cold silence, it produces atrophy to any sense of compassion. I understand that. I get that that might be a loss of love, but, you know, maybe still it was talking about religion because it's between supposed lovers. You know why they always say like, oh, Jesus loves you, you know, God loves you. And if you are religious, you know that you love God. You know that you love Christ. So whatever religion you are still applies. You love your God, you know, and your God loves you. But it's between supposed lovers and the cold silence. Like, you never hear them speak back to you. You might, oh my God! I don't know, because for all I know, the guy could literally be writing about like falling out with his mum or his brother. And it is that simple. And I'm applying something to it that's probably way heavier. As usual, overthinking everything. But yeah, between supposed lovers, the lack of communication, like you're always talking to God, but do you ever hear a God talk back? You know? Maybe, but probably not for the most people. Your prayers aren't answered. For the most part, I would imagine that most people's prayers aren't answered. So the lack of communication, there's so many places that this can go. Please let me know what you think. Let me know what you take away from this song. I don't know. I feel like I'm very deficient in a lot of vitamins at the minute. I've been drained. But yeah, it's been your boy, Teddy Gray, on some stuffs, and keep the tool coming. That's all I'll say. Like, it will come out incrementally. Sometimes because of the Patreon poll, it may come out on Patreon first, and you might have to wait a few weeks or months for it. But you know, it's fine. But yeah, please just keep the tool coming. Every time I listen to something, it's an experience. This one has been the most. The deepest experience that I've had so far, this one. I would put that down to the instrumentation, but also the lyrics too, because it's taken me on a journey of, I thought it was one thing, now I think it's another, and it could still be the other thing, and it could be both. I don't know. But yeah, it's taken me in all sorts of directions. If you've enjoyed this, please make sure that you smash the like button underneath the video. Make sure that you're subscribed if you do want more Tool, and keep your suggestions coming. It's been your boy. Thank you very much for being here, for listening to me talk absolute wass for almost half an hour at this point. And yeah, I hope all of your families are well. I hope you're well, and I'll see you soon. Teddy Gray on stuff. Deuces.